circuit yesterday on back of sequential improvement in the Q4 operational data, but they've missed their FY17 guidance. JC Sharma now joins us from Sobha Developers. Mr. Sharma, good morning. So good data, sequential improvement, but of course you missed your guidance. How are things looking for FY18?
I think, good morning. See, FY18 should be significantly a better year, and prima facie it should be on the back of, in my view, the following positive developments which have happened. One, primarily this Prime Minister Awas Yojana, where we believe that there is a lot of demand we are likely to create with 230 to 235,000 rupees to be given to them if they borrow for the first time and take home for the first time. The other one will be the transition from your non-RERA compliant to RERA compliant companies. Other one will be the GST. And prima facie, whatever we had witnessed, the demonetization impact, it seems that almost in all the regions, that impact is gone. So net, now there are only positive surprises, I believe, should be there for the sector as we move forward.
Okay. Mr. Sharma, good morning and thanks much for joining. Are you already seeing the banks ready with all the paraphernalia for allowing, the Prime Minister's Awas Yojana to kick off? Have you got any of the first demands from them?
Of course, yes. Okay. Right. In fact, this month we are doing 2 road shows, you can say, at our 2 projects in Bangalore along with HDFC, supported by NHB, where on the spot a borrower will be confirmed whether he is eligible for this benefit or not. And likewise at all the centers, most of these NBFCs and the banking sector, they are now well equipped. We have already communicated this to our all members through NHB, who have come and explained the scheme in detail. Money is being made available almost within 7 to 15 days from the day a borrower decides to take a home.
It's very interesting. So what could this do to your own pre-sales? In FY17, you managed to do about 3 million square feet. You couldn't meet your target, but nevertheless, from this 3 million square feet base, how much do you think you could grow to in FY18?
See, these things I think normally we will be giving only after our financial results are being approved in the next quarterly report. But big picture is that as far as the volume growth and the value growth is concerned, since the demand is picking up in all the regions and in all the segments, both volume side as well as the value side, we believe that we should be doing better than what we achieved in financial year 16-17.
Okay. Mr. Sharma, one feedback that we have got is that over the last 3 or 6 months, a lot of strong real estate companies have used the post-demonetization weakness in sentiment to acquire land banks. Would that be true for a company like Sobha as well? Or I mean, can you confirm if that's been the industry phenomenon?
See, as things stand today, post-RERA in any case, the guys who do not have the required strength to continue with the construction activities, they will be required to align with the other stronger industry players. As far as we are concerned, we continue to carry large approved unsold inventory, which we believe should be good enough in the regions where we are operating for the time being. But we cannot rule out such possibilities as we move forward.
Sir, are companies RERA compliant and non-compliant, or will RERA work more like... Projects will be, is it? No, I mean, what I'm saying is I'm locked into a housing loan and a project, and it's been delayed 2 years. So is this retrospectively, do I take a consumer complaint to RERA, or is it that it is only prospectively, project-wise? I didn't get this RERA compliance point that you're making.
See, if the company does not have the required financial strength and they have already diverted your money to some other projects, then the company also need to do something. That is the big picture. Then the next issue is that as far as the sale agreements are concerned, most of the developers today from their side, if the project is delayed, they are not paying the compensation and they are not taking, they are not getting the grievance addressed or redressed immediately. Once you put all such things in the website, your delays, you are exposing yourself. Whatever deficiencies in the project or in the company is, for getting the number and for being able to sell your projects, you need to disclose your weaknesses. That's the point.
But that is prospective. That is prospective, not retrospective.
No. No, it is not prospective. All the ongoing projects will be also covered. If you go by the Andhra Pradesh RERA law, then they have defined it, the ongoing projects, under some 4 categories.
Okay.
But the prima facie, the central government is very clear that all the ongoing projects where occupancy certificate has not been received will have to come under the RERA compliance.
Just a couple of more issues that would make it a bit difficult for this transition to RERA. One is that developers could need to borrow capital now at a higher cost, right? Because pre-launches will not be allowed ahead of enrollment. Also, you have the onerous RERA compliances could make the launches a bit more delayed as well, so timelines could be stretched. There are these issues of, moving the money into the escrow account, which could also further delay the launches. So don't you think that that could become a bit cumbersome for companies, including organized players?
It will depend from company to company where exactly they are going to stand from next month onwards. But prima facie, I do agree with you, it will be a cumbersome transitional process. Hopefully technology should allow us to transition it smoothly, and because of that, I also do believe that somewhere the supplies which otherwise is available to a gullible customer, it will evaporate, which will allow relatively a stronger player not only to transition but to cater to its segment more powerfully.
Okay, just one more question, on this Prime Minister's Awas Yojana, or in the affordable housing space, you've said repeatedly in the past that you're looking to make a bigger entry, but you haven't really given us any kind of big timelines or what kind of investments, how much would you be looking to do. Can you give us any concrete data?
See, here there is no investment required. Here you have your ongoing projects. The only 2 criteria are required to be understood. One, the project size should not be more than 110 meter carpet square meter, 110 square meter carpet area. That is one. The second one is that your household individual income should not exceed 18 lakhs rupees per annum, where unmarried son also is included as a separate entity. So a guy is eligible to borrow up to 70 lakhs to 1 crore rupees, and still he can get this Prime Minister Awas Yojana benefit of 230,000 rupees as an incentive to buy a home.
Is this a very large number of people, Mr. Sharma? When do you see it being big enough to make a big difference by FY18? How many? What is the volume that can be possibly sold?
See, if you look at the recent data which the Parliament was provided, the so-called EWS scheme has not fared well, housing for all. Then now they have redefined all the schemes under EWS, LIG, MIG1 and MIG2 category. And this, in my view, constitutes almost 80–85% of the total stocks today which is available in India, where a person who is going to borrow will be getting a benefit between 230,000 to 267,000 rupees. So I believe that the impact should be far and wide. The budget is only 2,500 crore for this year, but whatever we hear from NHB, there is no constraint if demand is higher.
All right, Mr. Sharma, thanks a lot for